Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mindful Moments on this a little bit rainy, not so rainy as it was this morning, but still a little bit gray. May Day. Happy first day of May. I hope that you have some bright flowers blooming somewhere near you, and you can celebrate our May Day today. We have come to our third I Am poem sequence that was inspired by our students and both their words, their poetry, and their yoga sequences that they came up with. Today's poem and yoga class are inspired by Jackson, Sage, Gillian, and Clara. I am. I dream that I can fly. I am energetic and funny. I try to be the best me. I am helpful and kind. I worry about the virus and our health. I am imaginative and creative. I say that everything will be okay in the world. I am gifted with a big smile and sense of humor. I hope to be together soon. So let's begin by bringing the bottoms of our feet together here as we think about the words that we just heard from our brilliant, inspiring students. We're in our butterfly pose here. If you have some yoga blocks or even just big books near you, if you want to, you can support your knees by putting the blocks or books underneath them, or you can sit without them here in our butterfly pose. We'll take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Again, breathing in, finding a nice tall spine, and let it out. One more time, breathing in, and let it out. Leave your right leg bent and extend your left leg out in front of you. You can put the bottom of your right foot against the inside of your left thigh and flex that left foot. And we're going to go ahead and let's breathe in, reaching both of our arms up. And breathe out, letting them down. Take your left hand to your right knee. Take a deep breath in, reaching up and over your head towards your left toes with your right hand. Breathing here. One more breath. And inhale, coming back up, you can let go of your knee. Switch your legs, so now your right leg is extended in front of you. Left foot, the bottom of your left foot is against the inside of your right thigh here. Taking a deep breath in, reaching up. And breathe out, arms down. Right hand to your left knee this time. Take a deep breath in, reaching that left arm up and over, pointing towards your right toes. And taking nice, deep, intentional breaths. One more breath here. And inhale, reaching back up, letting go of that knee. I'm going to move my blocks out of the way here and meet me in a tabletop. Make sure your knees are right underneath your hips so that they're stacked and strong. And same thing with your wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Stacking one on top of the other so that they're as strong as they can be. And we'll take a deep breath in, opening our chest, lifting our chin, dropping our belly for our cow. And breathing out, tucking everything back in, rising your back towards the ceiling for our cat. Breathe in, opening up. Breathe out, tucking in. Breathe in. And out. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Come back into your flat back tabletop. This time as you breathe in, you're going to reach back with your right leg, flexing your foot and pointing your heel straight behind you. And then reaching with your left hand, the opposite hand, out forward in front of you. Making sure your fingers are raying out. You can look down just in front of you there, or you can look out towards your fingers, in the direction that your fingers are going. Breathe here, using your stomach muscles to keep that nice, strong, straight line. And breathe out, bringing your hand and your knee back to the mat. One more round of cat and cow, breathing in and out. Coming back to our flat back. This time, reach your left leg all the way back, flexing that foot and pointing your heel out behind you, and your right arm in front of you. Making sure you're using your belly muscles. One more breath. And then you can bring your hand and knee back down. Tuck your toes, reach your hips up into the air for your downward dog. Let's bend our knees really, really deeply here. Maybe one at a time so you can walk your dog, stretching out your hamstrings. And then walk your hands back to your feet into a forward fold. Taking a deep breath here. And letting it out. One more deep breath in. And out. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, rising all the way back up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, diving down, bending at the hips. Plant your hands and walk them back out into a downward dog. This time, walk your feet to your hands into a forward fold. Take a deep breath in and rise up halfway. And exhale, release. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more time for our half sun salutation. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. And inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's expand into our full sun salutation. So take a deep breath in, reaching all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands and step or hop back into your plank. Breathe out and lower yourself down to the floor. Inhale, opening up your chest, lifting your chin for a cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale to tuck your toes and rise your hips into downward dog again. Exhale, stepping forward into a forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale for one more half lift. Exhale, release. Plant your hands and step back into your downward dog here. Taking a deep breath in and letting it out. This time, as you breathe in, go ahead up over your tippy toes. Push the top of your body over your hands and allow your hips to sink for an upward facing dog. Holding here for one breath. And then inhale, bringing your hips back up into the air, back into our downward facing dog. Step forward as you breathe out. Take opposite hands to opposite elbows and hang here for one breath. Go ahead and let your hands come back down toward the ground. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, release. And inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. I'm going to turn this way just so you can see me a little bit better here. And we'll take a moment just to pause in a power pose, which is just our mountain pose. So feet are about hip width apart, toes pointed in the same direction in front of you. Palms are facing out in front of you with your arms by your sides. Or perhaps they're facing up if that feels better for you. Perhaps they're facing outward. Whatever allows you to explore feeling the most powerful in this moment. Maybe you close your eyes or just focus on a point that's just a little bit in front of you. And just breathe. One more breath here. Take a deep breath in and rise your hands up into the air. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands and step back into a downward dog here. Look ahead into the space between your two thumbs in front of you, and that's where you're going to aim to put your foot. So we'll take a deep breath in, rise the right foot up in the air behind you, maybe open up that hip a little bit, reaching your leg behind you, bringing it back down, and then you can help yourself to bring your foot forward into that space. Use your blocks if you want to, or your books, so that you can bring the ground up a little bit closer to your hands to balance in this lunge here. And then take a deep breath in and rise your arms up into this warrior one pose. Taking a breath here and letting it out. Plant your heel on that back foot, keeping the front leg bent, and opening up your arms into warrior two. You can look out just in front of you, or you can look out over your right hand. Take a deep breath in, let it out. Breathe in, flip your palm, reach forward, and then scoop the air back up behind you for our peaceful warrior. Inhale, coming straight back up into our warrior two. You can straighten that right leg and bring your toes to be facing the same direction on both feet. So they're both facing right in front of you in this wide-legged stance. Take a deep breath in, your arms can still be out. And as you breathe out, forward fold in this wide-legged forward fold. Take a deep breath, bend your knees, allow your hips to sink below you a little bit. And then inhale, coming back up. Exhale, sinking down one more time. Inhale, coming back up. This time, go ahead and walk your hands over to your left foot, opening up the left foot so that the toes are now pointed outward. And we're just switching position here. You can adjust your right foot as you need to. Bend that left knee. And now we're in our warrior two on the other side. Take a deep breath in here and let it out. Look at those strong warriors. I love it. Take a breath in, flip your palm, reach, reach, reach forward, and then scoop the air back behind you for our peaceful warrior on this side. Inhale, coming forward one more time into warrior two. And then pick that back heel up off the ground, pivot your hips so that now you're facing in the direction over your left leg, rising your arms up, returning to a warrior one. Breathing here. And exhale, bringing your hands back down to the ground, bringing that left leg back and returning to a downward dog. Then coming to your knees and pushing yourself back into a child's pose. And we'll be here for 3 breaths. Once you've come to your 3rd breath, go ahead and return to a tabletop. Tuck your toes, rise your hips, back into downward dog. Step up to your hands into a forward fold. Bend your knees generously and slowly roll all the way up your spine. All the way up, all the way up. Opening your arms as you get to the top. Turn this way so you can see me. Returning again to our mountain pose, our power pose here. If your eyes are closed, you can gently open them. You can bring your hands down by your sides. We'll work a little bit on our balance. So if you would like to grab a block or a book, a big book, and just have it nearby so you can grab it if you'd like to use it. And the first thing we will do is make sure that we have our balance equally on both feet first. And then, as we take a deep breath in, you're going to rise your right leg off of the ground as you shift your weight into your left leg and cross your right thigh over to the left side. You can balance your foot on a block or a book that's next to your left foot if you want to, or you can wrap your toes around the back of your leg. Either one is an option. I'm gonna go here for this leg. Maybe it'll be different for the next one. Next step is to bring your left arm out in front of you, reaching forward, and then bending your elbow so that your fingers are pointed toward the ceiling. And bringing your right arm underneath so that it can lay against your left arm, both fingers pointing toward the ceiling. This is our eagle pose. And we'll be here for 5 whole breaths. So find a spot to focus on, trust yourself, use a block if you want to. Take a deep breath in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Last one, breathing in and out. You can untwist your arms, untwist your legs, bring both feet down by each other's sides. One more time, you can shake out that left foot. Bet you're probably feeling a little bit of heat there. Switch my block to the other side. This time, we're going to inhale as we shift our weight to the right side, lifting our left foot up off of the floor, slowly with intention, crossing over the right leg, finding whatever is comfortable for you, balancing on the block, or wrapping your toes around the back of your calf. This time, bring your right arm out in front of you and at a 90-degree angle, so your fingers are pointed towards the ceiling. If you fall out of it, like I just did, you can just pick up and try again. Bring your left arm underneath your right arm, bringing the fingers to point towards the ceiling again. And we'll be here again for 5 breaths. Breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Last one, breathing in and out. Untwist your arms, untwist your legs, shake out, say thank you, body, for doing so much work. I'm so grateful. Then go ahead and as you breathe out, forward fold in front of you. Plant your hands, step back into downward dog. Come to your knees and then push yourself back into child's pose for 3 breaths. When you've had your 3 breaths, you can come back up and then meet me on your back. The bottoms of your feet are on the floor with your knees facing up. Your arms are by your sides, palms up or down. From here, as you breathe in, you're going to raise your left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Point your toes, flex, point, flex, point, and flex. And then cross your leg over so that your left ankle is resting on your right thigh. This is our supine pigeon pose. You can stay here, or if you want a deeper stretch, you can bring that right leg up, flexing that right foot, and grabbing onto your thigh to hold up. It'll give you a little bit of a deeper stretch. One more breath. If your leg's up, you can let it come back down to the ground. Bring that left leg back up towards the ceiling. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Bringing it back down to the mat or the floor. And switching, breathe in, rising your right leg up this time. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, and cross the right leg over so your right ankle is on your left thigh. And again, you can stay here with your left foot still on the floor, or you can rise your left leg up, keeping your feet flexed. And breathe in here, holding onto that thigh. One more breath. And as you exhale, you can bring the left foot back down to the mat. Rise your right leg up in the air. Point your toes. Flex, point, and flex. Point, and flex. Bring it back down to the mat. Taking one resting breath here. Breathing in and out. Go ahead and bring your knees to your chest, giving yourself a little bit of a hug here. And then if you want to, you can reach towards your feet, maybe grabbing your big toes, the inside of your feet for a happy baby. Finding some joy here, exploring where that might be. Moving your body however it feels comfortable for you. In our happy baby pose, maybe rocking from side to side gently. Maybe bending and extending your knees. One more breath here. And go ahead and release your feet, bringing the soles of your feet back down to the floor, and then fully extending them out in front of you. Allowing your arms to come by your sides, take up as much space as you want. As we enter into our Shavasana, our final pose for our sequence today. Connecting again with your breathing, allowing all of the work that you just invited into your body to settle in. Maybe you'd like to give yourself a little bit of a body scan, checking in, noticing if there are any other spaces in your body that need a little extra love, and sending that love to it with your breath. As you're finding your moment of stillness, your moment of quiet here, perhaps you think of one thing that you're grateful for on this 1st of May, on this May Day, celebration of spring arriving. What is something that fills your heart with gratitude? Begin to invite some movement back into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes as you think of this gratitude. Maybe nodding your head from side to side. And then rolling over onto one side. Pausing again just for one more moment. And then use your hands to push yourself back up into a comfortable seated position. As we close I'll again share with you the words that Jackson, Sage, Gillian, and Clara have offered for today's sequence. Perhaps you can find something in this collaborative poem to help guide you through your weekend or through just the rest of your day. I am. I dream that I can fly. I am energetic and funny. I try to be the best me. I am helpful and kind. I worry about the virus and our health. I am imaginative and creative. I say that everything will be okay in the world. I am gifted with a big smile and sense of humor. I hope to be together soon. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Your hands can stay where they are if you want, or you can bring them to heart center, one hand over the other, or with palms touching. Thank you for joining me today and hearing the words of my brilliant students for the third time this week. I wish you great fun and joy on your weekend. We'll end by saying namaste.